Star Wars 7x7 episode 2883. All right, today is the big day. Star Wars Celebration begins today, and I've got an update for you on what you're going to be hearing from me over the course of the next few days. Punch it. Hey Rebel Rouser, I'm Alan Voivod. This is Star Wars 7x7, your daily dose of Star Wars joy. And thank you so much for joining me for it. So here is the deal with Star Wars Celebration coverage. It begins tomorrow, Tuesday, and the big panel begins at 11 a.m. Pacific time. That is the Lucasfilm Studio Showcase. That's going to feature stuff about the Andor series and the Kenobi series and supposedly the Mandalorian, even though they're going to do stuff about the Mandalorian on Saturday. And hey, who knows? We might even hear a little stuff about the Ahsoka series as well. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Now, this is the 5th Star Wars Celebration that I've had the opportunity to cover, which is just amazing. The first one was Anaheim in 2015, then London in 2016, Orlando in 2017, Chicago in 2019, and now back to Anaheim for 2022. And the coverage is going to be more or less the same as it has been for those previous celebrations, which means that you're going to get 2 episodes from me on Friday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday. One of those episodes will be a bonus episode that will be focused on the major panel of the day. And for tomorrow, of course, that'll be the studio showcase situation. And then there will be a second episode, which will be our just regular numbered episode. And that will wrap up all the reveals from all the major panels that happened. And we'll just be doing a deep dive in that bonus episode for the main headline panel. And there is going to be a heck of a lot to cover. And I think, just based on the conversations we've been having here on the podcast, I feel like we still don't know everything that's going to be revealed. And what I mean by that is that, for example, there's been nothing at all said about movies, for example. And we've talked about movies on the podcast, you and I, over the past couple of days and weeks, where it seems like something should be announced about movies one way or the other, and they haven't said they're going to announce anything about it. But it seems like this would be a great place to tell us something at some point. So yeah, that's the kind of thing I mean when I say, yeah, I don't think we know everything that's going to be revealed to us just yet. The other thing I wanted to share is that I'm doing the one question interview situation again. If you have been a frequent listener to the podcast, then you're familiar with this, but if you're comparatively new, then here's what the deal is with that. Because everybody is so busy and crazy and has so much to do at Star Wars Celebration, my interviews are very short here, and it's basically just who are you and what do you do for Star Wars, and then also how can people follow along on your Star Wars journey, so reference to their social media accounts. But the main question that I ask is one that I ask of every single person that I interview. In 2015, it was just the open-ended why Star Wars. In 2016, it was what's most exciting to you about Star Wars right now. In 2017, because that was the 40th anniversary of A New Hope, I asked for what people's favorite Star Wars memory was. And in 2019, because it was in Chicago, which was Oprah Winfrey's old stomping grounds, I asked a question that she used to ask commonly on her show and in her magazine, which is, when it comes to Star Wars, what do you know for sure? So, a play on her what do you know for sure. For 2022, the question that I am asking of everybody here is, what life lesson or enduring bit of wisdom has Star Wars taught you? And I actually had to get that question approved by a number of various people to get interviews set up with authors and other folks participating in creating Disney Lucasfilm content. But it has indeed been approved, and so yeah, I'll be diving in with that, hopefully with a lot of folks, and what will eventually come out of that is that episodes after Star Wars Celebration will be able to continue to live in that glorious vibe of celebration by sharing these interviews over the course of the following weeks. I'll also be trying to post some as it happens stuff during the day, and I think I'll be using TikTok as my base platform for that. So if you're not following the podcast on TikTok, then by all means drop in on it there if you have a TikTok account. I'll also be sharing the TikTok stuff through to my Instagram channel. That's also SW7X7, so you can check that stuff out there. And I think that may get passed through to our Twitter account, which is at SW7X7 Podcast. I know you've got a lot of choices for watching what happens at Star Wars Celebration and the analysis thereof, and I'm so grateful that you are listening to Star Wars 7x7 and me and choosing to check it out, and I hope you will follow along for all the glory that is Celebration here. And that's what I got for you today, so rest up. It's going to be a wild 4 days, and I'm here to bring as much of it to you as I possibly can. So that's going to do it for today's episode of the show, and it just remains for me to say thank you so much for joining me for it as always, and may the Force be with you wherever in the world you may be.
Star Wars 7x7 is not endorsed or sponsored yet by Lucasfilm Limited, Disney, or 20th Century Fox, and is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Star Wars, the Star Wars logo, all names and pictures of Star Wars characters, vehicles, and any other Star Wars related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Lucasfilm Limited, or their respective trademark and copyright holders. May the Force be with them. All original content is copyright 2021 by Star Wars 7x7. We hope you love it.